guys, and welcome to a new tutorial. Today it is time to move on, and we are going to learn a new GTK widget. The widget which I'm talking about, it is called GtkLinkButton. So basically now we are here to the object hierarchy, where we can find all provided widgets for us, and if we scroll down right here from the GTK button itself, we can find the GTK link button. Once that we click here, we said GTK link button, it is a link button which basically creates a button bound to a URL. If we click on its description, we see that the GTK link button is a GTK button with a hyperlink similar to one used by web browsers, which triggers an action when clicked. So it is useful to show quick links to resources, for example. So a link button is created by calling a GTK link button new or GTK link button new with label and so on. We are going to see those things a little bit later. As you can see, we have CSS nodes, but don't expect to get a link button node or something like that, because they didn't provide it for us. So basically you need to stick to the button itself and use a link style class which was provided. But we are going to make something new, we are going to learn something new, and we are make some changes about the story so that we can have it in another style. Okay, so that being said, this is the button, the link button. We have signals. As you can see, we have only one signal, at least one provided for our widget, but you already know we can use a lot of other signals and so on. We have properties, two of them, URI and visited and so on. And the object hierarchy, if you will look, we see GTK button, GTK bin, GTK container, GTK widget, and so on, all the way up to the G object. Okay, so before we move, I want to show you a small demo program right here. So let me clean the screen a little bit. Okay, let me pull it up here. So now I'm going to run a demo program which I created. It is right here. As you can see, we have here nothing special. We have a window 200 which defaults to its green background, and of course we have something which looks like a button. It is maybe an ugly button, but this is the important part here. I'm always do those colors to be so much different from them, so that you understand where the styling happening. The designing part remains to you to style and design the way you want to your application and your widgets and so on. So basically we have a button. As you can see, it defaults to orange, its background, and also we have a label. The button itself has a label, and its background, as you can see, is blue, and of course we have a text, and the text of the label, it is white. Once that I move my mouse pointer on it, as you can see, I'm changing the background of the label and the color of the text as well to red, as you can see. Now the story about the button. Now if you can see, we have also a tooltip which says which link it is behind this button. You can drop if you want to by setting its property to false and so on. Anyway, this is not important right now. Important it is now that once that I click it, you will see it's going to open the YouTube website. And as you can see here, we have already something. It says on my terminal, opening YouTube for the first time, and that's happening right now. Right here we have YouTube because we click it. Now if I go back to the to our application, I'm going to click again. Now you will see a different message. Says the YouTube link was clicked 2 times, of course, because first time we already click it right here, and now we have the second time right here, and so on. So basically, how many times you are clicking here, there are storms many times how many links how many times the same link you want to have it open. You see, we have already 5 times now. So I'm going to close because we don't need it now. We're not interested about this right now and so on. So I'm going to kill all those YouTube tabs. Now, being here, that being said, let us move on with our link button. Here, as you can see, we have our traditional, if I can call it that, skeleton of our program, where I'm creating, I'm having a load CSS function, which is right here. Is the thing which is the function which takes care for our CSS styling, basically, and so on. We don't need to talk about that. We have our CSS videos already. Just go back and watch them again. We are creating a window which is 200 to 200 with a name. Let's change it to GTK link button. And of course, we are creating a grid. We are putting our grid inside our window, and then we are showing them all of them to the screen. So now, as you can see, we have our window and we have our GTK link button title right here. And let me create 250 just to fit the whole title name right there. Okay. So that being said, let us move back to our GTK link button right here, and let us click on the first one. It says creates a new GTK link button with the URI as its text. What that means, we'll see in a second. So basically, we need now to GTK widget, let's say link button. Now we are going to point our link button to the GTK link button new function. And as you can see, its first parameter says a valid URI. So the URL which we are going to provide it right now, it will be YouTube. So just let us create it. So constant gchar const and URI, and then we are going to say YouTube. So what happens if you say YouTube like this one? Let's see what happens. Let us check and see what happens if we provide the same as is here. So now we need the GTK container. I'm going to copy this part right here to not write so much, and here is the grid, and we are going to put our link button inside it. Now that we are done, I'm going to compile it and run it and see what happens if we are passing just the YouTube. As you can see, the YouTube reveals right here. We have it. If we are clicking on it, it's not working. Of course, it's not working because this is a string. So basically, we need to provide link. So that means youtube.com. Probably it works. Nope, it's not. The same thing happens even if you are providing www.youtube.com. Let me compile it and run it. As you can see, the website looks real, like a website. I'm going to click on it, and nope, nothing happened. Why? Well, because, like I said, they need a link. So this means http // and now we have a real name, a real link. If I'm clicking on it, YouTube, it's coming out with some delay because of my internet connection. Anyway, it's working. Now let me show you something. The important part from all this thing right here, it is this part here and this one right here. So basically those two, the www, you don't really need it here, so you can also remove it. I'm just going to show you because it's not important, the default things you see are working fine, but me, I like to keep the things clear, so I'm going to let the www.youtube right there. Okay, so that being said, this is the way how you create a link button. This is the way, the minimum way of creating a link button for your application. As you can see, we have just a button. We don't see it. We see only the link right here. It is, of course, if you hover over it, you see it's working as also, and you have those decoration right here, the underline right here, and so on, and all those things which we need to style and so on, or remove those decoration. We are going to talk a little bit later. I think it's enough for today. I think it's enough for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you like it, please subscribe, share with your friends and neighbors, and until next time, see you guys.